Kai Sotto, the towering Filipino basketball sensation, has captivated the world with his extraordinary height and undeniable talent on the court. Standing at 7'3", his imposing stature immediately grabs attention. But beyond his impressive physical attributes, questions arise about the true extent of his basketball prowess. As a rising star in the Philippines basketball scene, Kai Sotto's potential has garnered widespread interest, with many wondering if he possesses the skills to compete at the highest level. Join me today as we deep dive and dissect the all-important question: just how good is Kai Sotto actually? What if I told you that some NBA teams are just one Kai Sotto away from being legitimate championship favorites? Well, you call me a liar. And while we can debate that all day, it isn't too far off from the truth, you see. When it comes to player comparisons for Kai Sotto, the player who he resembles the most at this point is Kristaps Porzingis, the Latvian star. And as we all know by now, ever since being acquired by the Celtics, Boston has become the favorites to win it all. Yeah, I ain't kidding. The addition of Porzingis has Vegas putting all their chips on the ones wearing green. And with this in mind, we gotta ask ourselves the question: what is it about Porzingis that, at least according to Vegas, really pushes the Celtics over the top? Well, several things immediately come to mind. 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan, the ability to knock down the three, the ability to run in pick and rolls, the ability to play in the post, and of course, grab rebounds and protect the rim. That sounds about right. Am I right, or am I right? Well, the scary truth about that is, Kai Sotto can do all those things too. I mean, if you just hop on YouTube, you'll immediately see what I'm talking about. He's not at the level which Porzingis is at just yet, because of the number of years Kristaps has played in the league, but gives Sotto 1 or 2 years in the NBA for development, and the similarities could be frightening anyway. As we all know by now, Sotto eventually did go and when he declared for the league in 2022, that the reasoning of scouts and reporters was because his body simply wasn't NBA ready yet. All isn't lost though. At this point in time, an inspirational aim for Sotto should be to follow the path of Yuta Watanabe. The 6'8" Japanese power forward also went and drafted in 2018 and didn't play his first NBA game until he was 24 years of age. And just like Sotto, the main knock on him at the draft was the lack of strength for his position. But through grit and grind, he eventually got stronger, earned a two-way contract in the league, contributed whenever his number was called, and look at him now. Although he's been on the wrong end of a few highlight dunks, he's now become a coveted 3 that many championship teams would love to have. Now, I ain't saying that Sotto at 7'3" should aim to be a 3-and-D player, because that's ridiculous. But if he builds up his body just a bit more, improves his game a little here, a little there, then because of his height and stature he could really become an integral piece of a championship team. I mean, just think about it. A 7'3" unicorn who has a near-unblockable jumper, who could rim, run and finish above the rim, who has a soft touch around the basket, and who can also block and alter shots. Sheesh, guys. That sounds exactly like the type of player which the Golden State Warriors could use, even if it's just for like 10 to 15 minutes per game. And speaking of 10 to 15 minutes per game, so Kai Sotto played in the Australian League, where in 2 seasons, averaged just 7 points, 4.5 rebounds and 0.8 blocks. But the thing is, that was on very limited action, of just 14 minutes per game. Adjusting for 36 minutes, the Filipino star putting up averages of about 18 points, 12 boards and 2 blocks, which isn't anything to laugh about. I mean, in 2019, Andrew Bogut, the former Warriors champion, had a per 36-minute statistic of 14 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 blocks, which also won him the MVP of the NBL that year. Numbers don't tell the whole story, but they often tell a huge chunk of it, and those are very similar numbers to Kai's. Anyway, as of now, it's quite reasonable to say that Kai is one consistent 3-point shot away from being picked up by an NBA team. While in the NBL, he did shoot 38% one season, it was just 5 for 13 from the floor, which doesn't quite have enough volume to determine how reliable it is. But just from watching him play, the form is definitely there, and I can see him becoming a weapon. I mean, just look at these.